About students.
Give me a second. Hey everyone. Okay. Okay. First of all, oops, as always, sorry. As you have seen, I have a disability. I'm so small here. Okay, so maybe. Thanks. So, first thing which comes to your mind when you hear the word disability. I would like to hear your answers actually. What's the first thing which comes to your mind when you hear the word disability? And please be honest, you know. Just don't care about the fact that I have crutches. For a few minutes. Just a few answers.
Difficult.
Difficult? What else?
How can we help?
How can we help?
It can be seen or it cannot be seen.
It's like a question?
The disability, it can be obvious and it can be not so obvious.
Okay, cool. What next? I don't know. What about wheelchairs and so on? Because usually the first thing is what I hear is wheelchair. No? Perfect. Okay, so I'm a disability coordinator, as already said, and today I will tell you later why I asked you that question. But today I'm gonna present you with Lietuvos University and our ideas about disability. First, some short information about us. So, WMO was established in 1922, closed down, and then established again. We are famous because of... you cannot hear me. Okay, sorry. It's just a bit... thank you. Not perfect. So, we are famous because of the idea of Actus Liberalis, you know, that we are a warm institution and we waiting for everyone in our institution. And we have such faculties as arts, theology, economic, management, humanities, mathematics, law, and over 100 PhD students, more than 100 scholars and researchers, and more than 24,000 university graduates. Some numbers. Now, disability-friendly university. First question, how do you think, why it's not called disabled-friendly university? Just guess, there are no wrong answers, you know, just... Okay, I can help you a bit. I was surprised because of that. You know, I have disability, but I also was surprised about that. But there is Convention on Rights of People with Disabilities, and also ADA. It's like Americans with Disabilities Act, and they underline that it's important to call people who have disabilities, call them people with disabilities but not disabled. The reason of that was like, you should see the person and then the disability, you know, like a part of us. So cool, I like that idea, but I still have to use it. So, we are the first Lithuanian higher education institution which began to take care about integration of these people to society through the higher education program. You know, it's a recent photo. Actually, the number is not like that. Oh, not this direction, sorry, I'm nervous. Some numbers, as you see, according to Lithuanian Student Union, I guess it was their study, yeah, it was their study, this year, I'm sorry, last year, always the problem with the data, you know, always a bit old, for the whole higher education institutions there were 854 students with disabilities. And you know, the year before it was a bit the same, and some years before it was 1,000. So what happened? But the study showed that actually students with disabilities number is totally related with the overall number of students. So basically it's not a problem, just a normal situation. And as you see, we are leaders in a number of students with disabilities in our in our institution. What I mean is that on 2010 and even this year, we have the highest number of students with disabilities in our institution. I mean that Vilnius universities has a bit less, others also less, and so on. Why is that? We have friendly infrastructure. What I should mention is that we are not also only focusing on trams and help avoiding some barriers for wheelchairs. We are also trying to get extra material and infrastructure for those who are blind. For example, talking lifts and braille markings and so on. So, yippee, we are working on that. And also, Lietuvos University was awarded by Lithuanian Education Exchange Support Foundation as, I need to read it, education and study institution which most actively promoted people with special needs and mobility by Erasmus program. Guess the number, how many students went by Erasmus program in our institution?
20.
Sorry, 5. You know, it's very strange, but to know that 5 is the highest number, it's very sad. And here I would like you to tell a story. Here is the student Kwan. He came to our institution last semester and asked to volunteer. And sorry, that was me in the picture, but I didn't have an extra picture. So no. And he asked to volunteer in the disability field. And so, what could I do? I said, actually, I need you as a friend without disability to be with people with disabilities. I said, what? So just be with them and drink coffee and to have a leisure time and help where you want to help and something like that. He was surprised, but later I asked him, you know, that was really strange experience. I said, yeah, I know. You know where the problem is? People with disabilities avoid to be with people without disabilities and opposite. No, there's a distance. And I think that we should work together on making that distance smaller. How to do that? Working on the integration. Now, there are a few ways how you can do that. The first one can be like that. You can read a lot of books, you know, just what's a disability, what's integration, what we should do, and just do that, you know. But the result of that usually is like that. That's why we created new strategy, which has 3 parts. It's strategy, training, and pizza. Second question, how do you think? Why it's pizza here? I mean, pizza.
Merit-oriented strategy.
Strong answer. Okay, let me show you. Strategy. It's very useful when you are working with people with disabilities to cooperate between university affairs and other institutions. Let me give you a story. Some of my students, our students, came to my office and said, yeah, but we would like to swim. That would be so cool. But you know, no institutions would like to accept us. No trainers would like to go to the pool together and so on because we need help. And what can I do? We don't have a pool and no trainers and so on. We are not such university. Later on, I go to the other university, Lithuanian Sports University, I think it's called now like this. And I said, what can we do? We have a pool and a special trainer, but no students to swim. And here, go genius. I have students, you have a pool, let's cooperate, you know. And we are now cooperating, and now we have students who started to train at least 5 a week and planning a sportsman's career, so on. So that's really, you know, magical. But we need to cooperate and talk to each other. The second thing is to have people with disabilities on board. Why I'm saying this? You know the myth or act, I don't know what's the real word in this situation, but people with disabilities think that if you don't have a disability, you cannot understand what disability is. You heard about that? Okay, not everybody. But usually they think like that. I don't say that it's true, but it's very useful for understanding what disability is, not to read books. It's useful just to be together and to experience this. I'm just starting to understand that disability is not barrier or something negative. It's experience. And it's not necessary to have disability to understand it. It's more or less enough to be together. So that's why I advise to everyone to have people with disabilities on board if you would like to have people with disabilities in your institutions. Second question. No, not question. Now, pizza. As I said before, why we have pizza here? Let's imagine we have this bubble of joy. Really beautiful, you know. And when he or she is born, has a lot of opportunities, right? Usually it's not like that. Now, one of opportunities is not for you. Maybe you are not so strong to become a basketball player or something like that. Second case, the same bubble of joy, but with disability, you know? What happens there? No, 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 no. Some opportunities, then no, and no again. When you have disability and you are a young person, people who are around you usually don't know how to act with you and how to react. And usually all opportunities are closed for you. You think that you don't have a future, if you are not lucky. That's why we have a picture like that. Nobody wants me for a friend, you know. They have this period. And after this, you have like this. Well, and that's why we plan pizza. You know, when you are telling your students that let's have a seminar about possibilities in higher education, possibilities in labor market, and so on, they don't come. What to do? Let's call it pizza meeting and say that we're gonna eat pizza, have a great time, let's have fun, and then talk about serious things. And there's a second part. In this case and this story, they have, how to call it in English, the possibility to be successful, to see how beautiful they are and that they are valuable persons, you know, to succeed in many situations. Do you remember that picture with a lot of no? Just to exchange their pictures, you know, instead of a lot of no, to show them their opportunities. So, that's why there is pizza. And there we are going to the cinema. That's a very funny story, you know. We decided to buy popcorns and a lot of Coca-Cola, but we didn't have anyone who could bear that things for us. So that's why we have using that that thing. And it was so funny, and she was so happy for doing this for us. So that's why we created the idea that disability is a part of my value. That's the thing which we should like to teach our students, and that's the idea which they are training in our institution. Here I would like to mention you a board on our wall. There is no picture, but we asked our students to give us the pictures where they are happy. You know, just happy. Now, why is that? So give me pictures, you know, just, and we put that pictures on the wall, written the motto that impossible doesn't exist, and asked them to sign this idea. You should see their eyes. They start shining, you know. Impossible doesn't exist for me with disability. Cool! Now they are starting to tell us about new ideas, about new projects, what we should do in our university, and so on. So we are trying. And we are starting training. Training in university. Sounds cool, right? Well, what training? Training that people without disabilities are able to understand you. Second thing, disability can be taken as an advantage and get a degree. Get leader competences and get a degree. I think that university is the right place to teach them these competences, you know, just show them, like I don't know, like a stage before, stage in university, and stage after. I think that in the stage in university, we can change a lot of things by these things, by using pizza. Okay, why I say leader competences? Now, what leader has? Has a goal, is self-confident, has competences. What next? What else? I mean, it's a question for you. What does leader have? Okay, I don't know any extra answers. I heard about charisma and so on, but you know, when I'm saying about leader and disability, some people say that it's expedition impossible. Come on, they are strange. They walk like me. They are using wheelchairs. They cannot see. They cannot hear. You know, and you are saying that they can be leaders. That impossible for them doesn't exist. Yeah. I would tell you that impossible doesn't exist. Again, this guy, the first one, has a Down syndrome and has his own restaurant. There's a time when he is hugging each of the client. He likes that. And the restaurant, I would like to work there. That girl also found a way how to swim underwater. And the second guy, he's a like motocross champion or something like that, with a wheelchair. And now the question, where is your place? I'm always saying that it's not necessary to become a champion. It's enough just to find your place and who you want to be. Not what you are able to be, but who you want to be. And then reach that by using university. And now, a winner's case. We have amazing students. There's her opinion about our university, but I would like to show you her story. Her work percentage is 0. Do you know what I mean by work percentages? Each of them who has disability has like a number of how many % they are able to work, something like that. This girl has a 0, totally 0. She is the first girl in the Lithuania, she almost not able to breathe by her own, and she's not able to turn pages, but she succeeded to finish a bachelor degree. She's an amazing girl actually. Published 3 books, and this year started to study master studies by free place actually, in the free place. And I'm not saying that students with disabilities or people with disabilities cannot look like this. Sometimes they can and we look so, believe me. But, in this place, who of you have seen this one? Picture. That's the story about a Strela project. This project is talking about abortions, and they are saying that one of their arguments for the right to do abortions is that if people would have the right to make abortions, there would be less people with disabilities in our society. And do you remember what I said before? But let's be honest, if we would get a message that our baby can have a disability, you know, there is a possibility, would it be so courage to have them? Or would we choose abort? You know, and there, why I'm just putting this, you know, that integration is not starting from the friendly buildings or friendly microclimate. It starts from the presenting the value of disability, the value of sign language, the value of braille markings, of writing in braille, and the value of people in wheelchairs, and so on. And defending their rights to live, actually. I think that we need to educate our people, and how I like the idea about that the mission of education is to lead, right? I don't remember, it's from Greece or from that. The aim of education is to lead. So I think that one of the goals in institutions should be start to look deeper in disability and find out what's happening in that world. That's why I have asked you the question about what is disability. No, it's just a start. There's no wrong answers, but your answers and a lot of other answers and opinions shows that we need to cooperate, discuss on this issue, and move forward. Because the thing how we look to disability and how we define disability and how we value the people with disabilities shows how advantage our society is. So that's why I encourage you all break limits. Not only people with disabilities, but also our limits. Now and just try to look wider perspectives. Now, by the way, there's our student, really great student, and please cooperate. Let's cooperate. I'm just kidding. There's my contacts. I'm sorry I forgot my flyers. So, just any questions?
Thank you. Thank
Welcome.
you, Eva, for it was really touching, not only the mind but also the heart, and we have a few questions. So Raimonda first and afterwards Inga, and if anyone will have questions, just raise your hand.
First of all, I would like to thank you for absolutely wonderful, what you said, use the word charismatic presentation.
Thank you.
I really enjoyed it very much, and by the way, I'm Raimonda Markevičienė, Head of International Relations Office at Vilnius University. I would like to ask you